we build and grow our business by recruiting. Okay, now recruiting what? Recruiting business partners, recruiting entrepreneurs, recruiting business builders. Okay, I do not go out there and look for customers. Customer, for those that say no to the opportunity, they will be my customer. For those people that I'm looking for entrepreneurs that, so you know what? This is it. I'm sick and tired being sick and tired. I'm looking for something better. I've had enough of whatever I'm doing. There's no such thing called job security these days. Microsoft just announced 18,000 people will be laid off soon. I mean, this is, guys, you know what? There's a book called The Average is Over. Okay? Look, whether we like it or not, the world is changing. You got to get yourself a plan B or plan A, whatever that might be, okay? And a lot of times it's so hard for people to grasp. This is where we are now. This is where we want to go. How do you go there? And it is because that trust and that belief, if you can connect that. 5 years ago, I didn't have no story to tell you. 5 years ago, I lived in this house, okay? I'm a housewife. My husband's a medical doctor. Yes, I can live a comfortable life. I didn't have to work. But, I wanted more. But 5 years ago when I started Jeunesse, there's no 115 countries and territories. There's no 50 millionaires that was created day one in this kitchen. I mean, I'm in the living room right now, but in my house, there's 5 of us. I said, guys, we're going to build an international business, and we're going to help people change their lives by changing ours. And they go, well, great. How many countries? I said, right here in Diamond Bar, in my kitchen. And we didn't have any story to begin with. It started with us. So it took a lot of belief, a lot of faith, a lot of trust to create the story that we have. So for those of you that are looking at this for the very first time, congratulations. You know what? We passed the test. This is the 5th year. And in June, we gross over 40 million a month. And so for those of you that understand the 4 stages of business, we are very near to begin the momentum phase. And when the momentum phase hit, just watch out, okay? So anyway, so how do we go about, so recruiting is a process. To me, it's a 2-step process, okay? So understanding recruiting and building your business, 2 steps. First is what we call peak interests, okay? And I'm going to go over those 2 steps with you. Peaking interest is asking, finding out what their needs are, what their whys are, and ask if they were open to look at something, okay? You are not trying to recruit and make them sign up anything, but to pique their interest, okay? So we're going to talk about how to pique interest. Then the second step in recruiting is called inviting them. Inviting them to an event to help you sort. So I'm going to talk about the events in a second. So let's explore these 2. I wanted to know how things are with me. That people show care, okay? And this is really built on relationships. This business is built on relationship. People join you, they sign up because they enroll in your story and they trust you. Okay, so it's important for you to ask questions when you talk to your friends or prospects. Now, I have something. We have something very simple in our industry. We call it form. We use form to find out the hot buttons, if you would. Now, what does form stands for? Form F stands for family. You ask how the family are going, how the kids are doing or whatnot. And O stands for occupation, okay? How's the job coming along, how's promotion or whatever that might be at the job, kind of vacation. Have you taken any vacation lately? What have you done for fun? What do you do for fun, okay? So R stands for recreation. M stands for money. How's the financial situation? And I know it could be a sensitive topic, but through these, when you talk to your friends or people that you get to know them, you ask these questions to find out what their needs are. Because in sales, if you know what the needs are and you can provide a solution, you got to sell. Okay? So, because it's all about, when you pitch anything, it's about value. adding values to their lives. Okay, so find out what their needs are, and then say, listen, if I can show you a way to, whatever the needs are, to have more time with the kids, if I can show you a way to make more money, to have another stream of income so that you do not have to worry about being laid off, if I can show you a way, you know, maybe they're looking, maybe some parents are worried about, you know, having college funds for their kids. Hey, listen, if I can show you a way to start generating college funds, or build up your retirement funds. Many people lost their retirement, you know, in the financial crisis. If I can show you a way to whatever they're looking for. Guys, when you recruit, we have to learn to listen to what they're looking for, okay? And so if you can show them a way, might they be open? And so when you ask that question, might they be open, they will say, well, what is it? Okay, then before you do that, then you will want to share with them, say, you know what, allow me to share with you my story, what I saw in here. So tell your story, because oftentimes it is people got latched onto your story, they got enrolled in this platform because of your story, because your conviction. They also see hope in this platform for themselves. Okay, and so adding value. And so are they open? Now they say, well, you know what, I got a friend out in Australia, and she goes, Kim, you know, what do I do when people ask me for information? Well, you say, you know what, I'll be glad to send you some information. You can send them Dr. Newman's video, okay, and say, you know what, the opportunity I'm involved with has to do with this technology. I mean, Dr. Newman was featured in ABC and whatever. So send them those little clips, not long. Don't send them a long drawn information, okay? And so and don't try to explain everything yourself. Oftentimes, I like to use Dr. Newman on the interview in the mainstream media, because it gives it seems like gives it that third-party edification. And so I'll say, you know what, it has to do with the technology, major trends, the internet, and anti-aging. Okay, amazing biotech product. And so keep it simple. Now, if they still want more, then you could actually three-way this to your upline sponsor or your leader that will help you, allow you to explain this process better. Okay, so we actually have, for those people that just refuse to go to a meeting or whatnot, I mean, you can send them a website, say, you know, I can send you a website, but I don't want you to get lost in the information, but I really want to take a look at this. And then, so from there, you share them your story. The reasons why I want to share with you this opportunity is because of your story. Because I guarantee you, it's not the website that will sell your people. It is your story that will help enroll other people into the opportunity. Because what's on the website, the information, those are logic. Those are the stuff that satisfy the logical side that this thing is for real. But it is your story, that emotion, that's what people latch onto. It goes back to saying that, you know what, facts tell, story sells. Okay, so those three things, when you pique interest, remember, find out what the needs are, and you are trying to be value added. So you know what, if I can show you a way, might you be open? Okay, then tell your story. Okay, now the next thing you know, the next step on the recruiting is invite them to an event. What is an event? Anything that promotes your business is considered an event. For example, a three-way conference call with the expert. Okay, now who is the expert? Anyone but you. Okay, for example, if you were to talk to my dad and my mom, okay, about the product, my dad and my mom will probably believe you more, because they look at me as I'm their daughter. What do I know about, you know, product? So, but if I edify somebody, tee up somebody, then my mom will be more inclined to listen to another person about the product, because my mom trusts me. So when you edify, you create something called respect. Then when you have respect and trust together in the sales world, we call it, you have a sale. Okay, so again, respect plus trust you got a sale. Okay, so learn to edify. So a three-way conference call. So make sure you edify the expert. Okay, and edify meaning say some good things about the expert. Then the other thing for you to another event for you to help sort and build your business is our webinars. We have English webinars, Chinese webinars, Bahasa, Indonesian webinars, and Spanish webinars, and Japanese webinars. So you can plug your prospect. You pique their interest. Yes, they're open. Then you can do a three-way call or put them in a webinar. Or those of you that are fortunate to have local events, local meetings, invite them to attend a local meeting. Okay, like for example, we have actually local meetings in many countries. That's part of the system that we provide, so that it will help us to expand and leverage our network all over the world. Okay, so regional webinar, like for us in Los Angeles, we have 4 local meetings a week in LA. And so and then the other ways, the other method, the other events called PBRs, which stands for private business receptions. What's a PBR? You can do a little PBR at your home, okay, or you can do it at a quiet small place at a hotel lobby, you know, consists of a few people, and or you can have one-on-ones or two-on-ones. In the beginning, when I do this business, my office, quote unquote, was a local coffee shop. Okay, I sat there from 11 to 2, and my friends would bring people, and I would be inviting some people to have a cup of coffee, and those are called one-on-ones and two-on-ones, or what we also call power talks. A small group of people, you just get together and you show them what we have, and then you tell their story and teach people how to get enrolled and get started. Okay. Now also we have websites and also video links that you can invite people to. Some of the links I talked about, I actually have most of the videos. I think it's on my website, kimhui.com. It serves as a resource for people that want to get more information, as they're available for you if you want to go there and send people to the links. Because when you invite people, people do it for different reasons. Different things trigger different reaction and actions in people. And so we have different links and different messages to attract different types of people. Some people want money, some people want to have fun, some people want more time. So whatever that might be, some people wanted to have self-expansion. So whatever that might be that excite them. So use different videos and different things to inspire people into action. Okay. All right. Now, so that's inviting for an event. Why is it so important to invite people to the event? A lot of times people say, you know what? Why do you need to go to a meeting when I can sign them up? Yeah. If you can, 20 years ago, I was called the queen of one-on-one. What does that mean? Everyone I sit down with, they sign up. I sit down with, they sign up. But guess what? I face a challenge. When my group became so big, if I don't do one-on-ones, guess what happened to my business? It wasn't growing. In order for us to build a global distribution, we have to teach our team, our people, to plug into events. That means when they go to the event, we go to the meeting, that your business is growing. I'll give you a perfect example. My sister, when she first wanted to take a look at this, I could easily sit down and explain everything to her. But instead, you know what I told her to do? I said, you know what, Christy, if you really want to learn this, you got to go to a meeting. Why? Because I don't want her to depend on me. She goes to a meeting, she feels comfortable. Guess what? In the future, as she expands her business, she will bring other people into the meeting. Okay? So it's great that you do one-on-ones. Okay, it's great that you do PPR. But once you've done that, you also need to promote the next event, the big regional, the local event. Because it's one thing when you have a group of small groups of people all fired up or excited, but when you expose them to a huge group of people from different walks of life, you got doctors, you got lawyers, you got housewives, you got students, you got different people all coming together. They go, you know what? This thing is bigger than what I thought. Okay, I give you a perfect example. Last week, I think it was last week, I came back from Toronto, Canada. We had a great event in Canada. And so there's a couple of leaders that they are beginning to engaging in the business. So I began to add them to my international chat group. When they came in, they got welcoming message from people from 10 different countries. They were blown away. They go, oh my gosh, I thought I'm here from Toronto, Canada, into the event. It's great that you can sign up people, but the key thing to succeed in our platform is something called duplication. You want your group to duplicate with or without you, okay? And we got meetings going on throughout Asia, in America. And so we got meetings going on in Canada. And so if you find out what the schedules are, and they are posted on my website, you'll be able to leverage the network, the environment that we have created for you to build your business, okay? And so now, to kind of sum everything up, what do? We do 3 things. First thing we do, we recruit. I talk about the recruiting, the 2-step process, the picking interests and the inviting to the events, okay? So once you recruit them in the business, what do? Train. You get them trained. And so part of the first training is this NDO, okay? You get them, well, this will be recorded. We actually, in about 2 weeks' time, the PowerPoint, I guarantee you, not your socks off. So we're revamping the PowerPoint. So a new PowerPoint, NDO PowerPoint, will be made available. You're gonna love it. And so I try to get it ready for this afternoon, but we couldn't. But I'm very thankful. We have a group of great people that help put this last minute thing together. So thank you, Angie, very much, and Yvonne. And so recruiting, first thing we do. And second thing we do is we teach, okay? We teach people to do what? To duplicate what you did, okay? Again, it's not about you doing all the work. It's about teaching other people, empowering them, inspiring them to do more for themselves, okay? So when they learn it, they start working it, they begin to experience it, then they begin to teach it, okay? So the third thing that I do is that I teach other people on how to teach other people. So once you have 1,000 people like yourself out there duplicating and recruiting and training, guess what? You got yourself a duplicating machine, okay? And so that's what you want to accomplish, to build an international network, okay? And so in the beginning of this platform, like in the first 90 days, I work hard. I still work hard. This is my 5th year, and today's Saturday. I'm still doing this because I know that we have a lot of new entrepreneurs that came in. They really want to make this thing work. And so they want to learn the know-hows and whatnot. And so that's why we're doing this here today. Okay, now, so to succeed in this platform, again, you need to leverage on a proven system. We're able, the last 5 years, we're able to create more than 15 million years in this platform. And so we have truly documented ourselves. We have found what worked, and what we kind of drop what didn't work, and we keep what's working. And our goal is really to help support and to create more success stories and really transform more lives around the world, is to teach, to inspire, and to empower people into action. So leveraging a system, and what we have put together the last 5 years is really a global community of collaborative relationships and supportive relationships that are achievement driven. Okay, so that's the environment that we have put together. Not only a platform to build your business and a supporting structure to build your business, but at the same time, an environment to truly to allow us to grow as individuals, to grow as human beings. It is really an amazing life transformation process. Okay, so as part of the system, we have put together events that teaches and inspires and empowers, okay? Also, as part of the system, we have put together, we have information and tools that help people to build and duplicate your business. For example, we just released the 10-minute OPP showcase. Instead of us trying to explain, what it is, we went to a studio in Hollywood. We recorded. We have Yvonne and Samson recorded a 10-minute pitch to explain what this business opportunity is all about. So instead of us trying to mess up here and there, we just let someone else do the job for us. And you just share your story. After they do the gig, then you tell your story why you're doing this. Okay, and you're looking for a business partner like such as themselves to help you and expand their business as well as your business. Okay, and so we also have many training series. These are live recorded. I tell you, literally those DVDs and those YouTube videos are what built this company. If you were to YouTube, actually I think I put it on my website. Those several, under media section is all there. There are several videos. This is obviously is an NDO, but we have a little bit more advanced training that focuses on recruiting, that focuses on mastering the basic stuff that we do. And so, look, what we focus on, what we invest our time on, become the strongest. So this is a business. So I would urge you to invest some time and really study and want to learn and grow this. So in the YouTube, there's something called Mastering the Basics. There's something also called having the right perception of what this business is. So there are a whole bunch of tools and training stuff. Recently, we just released, last week I think it was, we just released an interview that Samson had went to my other home in Newport Beach. We did an interview that talked about what are some of the stuff in order to succeed in this platform. Now obviously, some people, look, we're amateurs. I'm not a TV anchor, or we are not professional, TV people, celebrities. We're not. We are average people with extraordinary desires. So don't be too judgmental on our ability to present. But we come to you as real as it gets, because we are the examples of American entrepreneurship, of what could happen. Okay, so learn to leverage the system. And so here's finally your 30-day action plan. Okay, now you can do this in 30 days, you can do it in a week, you can do it a year, hopefully not a year. Okay, but whatever pace you feel comfortable with. And again, it goes back to setting goals. What do you do? Okay, your first 30-day action plan, first 30 days, sponsor 20 people. Okay, in order for you to sponsor 20 people, you must go out there, talk to maybe 100 people, maybe 200 people. Okay, and again, do the piquing interest. Keep it simple. My pitch, when I'm on the phone, maximum I'm phone on is 3 to 5 minutes. If I talk more than 5 minutes, a miracle. Okay, so because I want to keep it short. You don't want to go and explain everything. Once they get into the system, to go attend an event, go into this thing, that's when we do all the explaining. Okay, so piquing interest is a very short phone call. If they're open, then you move them to the next step. Invite them to an event, a one-on-one, a three-way call, a Skype, conference call. Use the modern day technology to help us build a business. Okay, so step one, sponsor 20 people. Okay, now what I did on my first week, I sponsored 20 people, my first week. But you know how many people I talked to? I talked to over 200 people my first week. Literally, like I said, I was very goal-driven. I still am goal-driven. And I was like a mad dog. I said, that's what I want to target, because I knew that I would say over 90% of the people in the business are from my first 90 days of productivity to deliver what I have here today. Obviously, I continue to work and continue to support it. Okay, so sponsor 20 people. And the second thing you do is to teach the 20 people how to sponsor 20 people. Okay, now obviously not everyone will sponsor 20 people. There will be some that will sponsor 1, 2, 4, 5, and there will be some that sponsor nobody. But there will be some that out-sponsor you. I have many people that out-sponsor me. I have people in 5 years that have sponsored 100 somewhat people. Okay, in 5 years, I think I sponsored about 80 people, 80 somewhat people in 5 years total. But there are people that have sponsored 200 people, 300 people. Okay, so but the key thing is you teach those people who you sponsored, you teach them how to duplicate what you did. Okay, and so and last but not least, you need to teach them to leverage the events the system had put together. For example, we have an amazing event happening in Macau right now. I think it was next week in Macau. I also am holding a live academy with world-renowned, none other than Mr. Les Brown. He will be there along with a very famous professor from China, Professor Aimo. He'll be there, and along with a group of dynamic, beautiful diamonds that we have in Jeunesse. And so it's a fabulous event, and sometimes through those international events, it really got to showcase the breadth of what this business is all about and what one can achieve